An explosive wildfire crisis in California where hundreds of homes and lives are at risk right now. Ferocious winds and a late September heat wave prompting red flag warnings around the state today. Here's a live look at the situation unfolding in Santa Rosa, California. Just awful. And as meteorologist Tevin Wooten reports, 2 new wildfires erupting in Northern California, racing across thousands of acres in a matter of hours and prompting new evacuations.
Sheriff's deputies escorting last-minute evacuees through a wall of flames in Shasta County. The Zog fire erupting outside Redding Sunday, chewing through 7,000 acres in just 5 hours. 200 miles south, the Glass Fire threatening homes outside Santa Rosa, near the same area burned by the Tubbs Fire in 2017. Evacuations ordered for communities in Napa and Sonoma counties. One hospital in St. Helena moving patients.
We are not under immediate threat, but we always want to take care of our patients in the best way we can.
Smoke hovering over California's prized Napa Valley vineyards. Firefighters brutalized by afternoon temperatures around 100 degrees. Gusts could scream at 65 miles an hour through canyons.
We're opened up here, no problem.
Pacific Gas and Electric cutting power to thousands in parts of 16 California counties. The utility doesn't want to risk high winds, potentially downing power lines and igniting new fires.
We've been monitoring this system for at least the last 7 days, watching it come in, and models have aligned and stabilized. Based on that, we feel rather confident in the size of the event.
Well, PG&E began cutting electricity during high wind events after the Camp Fire in 2018. Down power lines started that blaze. The utility liable for 85 deaths when flames ripped through the town of Paradise, California. I'm going to get a check now on the weather forecast in the west, and Alex, not looking that great when it comes to the fires.
Yeah, it certainly is not. Still dealing with that risk for fires out there for us as we work our way on through the next few days. Noticing what we've got here across the west, a number of areas here across California where we're either dealing with elevated to critical fire potential and then elevated range here for as you get into parts of the plains down on into Texas. Now, one thing that we'll be watching here is those Santa Ana winds are going to be setting up here for us. So winds coming generally offshore that could be anywhere from 30 to even 40 miles per hour in terms of those gusts. Very, very warm conditions as well. So heat plus the gusty conditions, and it's staying very dry as well. All not a good scenario here for us and not good combinations when it comes to trying to fight fires. Very, very low humidities, the exception right along the immediate coast where we have a little bit of influence from the marine layer. Otherwise, again, red flag warnings. We've got a number of those across northern stretches of California for today and a few areas here into southern California as well. Notice where the high is positioned here, basically here right across the northern parts of the Rockies. The flow around that high helping to drive in those winds, again, generally coming in an offshore direction. So again, that's not going to help us out. Relative humidity values, at least the forecast here for us, all the brown areas, very, very dry. I mean, we're talking in some cases dipping down to the single digits at times. So very, very dry. And again, we're talking about the gusty winds as well. Those will start to ramp up as we head through the afternoon hours, and then they start to calm down once we get into the overnight, but then they ramp right back up as we head on through the day on Tuesday. So we certainly don't want to see that happening. Unfortunately, that is in the cars. That's in the forecast. Drought conditions here for us. Certainly plenty of areas in the drought. And looking ahead, Julie, at the risk for rain, just not happening here. This is over the next 7 days.
And the heat's also a factor. You know, triple-digit heat kicking off the week.